So we have spawning up here in the purple in the top left corner. We have from Liddy Sports. It is picur.
And then in the bottom left, expressing, showcasing his dominance in the last map, we have Monk. It's not what's the word I'm looking? Not expressing, not showcasing. Something. There's a word. Something. Anyway, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. Picur has elected that he's like, you know what? Macro games. Who cares? I'm gonna 14-14 him. Yeah. And it's going to be glorious. However, Monk is going to spot this. So 14-14s are much less effective when scouted. Okay. I have been told that this is a Ling drop build. Just from I assume just from watching practice. And if that's the case, that can actually do some damage, right? As Lings with drops over just hop over walls, which of course walls are important to stopping early all-ins. And however, there is no There's no Evo chamber up yet, and Monk has spotted the fact that there has been 100 gas mined ish. There's no natural, so he's going to be well aware that shady things are happening. Actually, what he might even do is just build a bunch of Reapers, because you need a critical mass of Zerglings to hit Reaper. And there we go. There's the Reaper. There's the drop.
Yeah.
Because Dropper Lords are better than regular Overlords. They're kind of, like if Zerg, in Zerg society, regular Overlords are like they pilot the drones, right? They're like, look, I'm reconnaissance. I'm seeing things. And Dropper Lords, well, they're the jet pilots. They're like, you know what? Even if I'm not fast because I'm a bomber or something, I'm doing cool stuff. And Monk's gonna scout it. He's like, you know what?
So
there's an Overlord.
You should know what's coming.
Morphing. There's no way that it's becoming an Overseer, like not at all.
And in typical Terran fashion, he throws in a CC in the face of this all-in.
Is he Marine King or something? I think he wants to be Marine King. However, yeah, this drops. Well, he's gonna let the drop land. Okay, I like this actually. He's letting the drop take incremental damage.
Yeah. This is just like the big problem with Ling drops. Unless you get all the Lings out, the drops really aren't as effective because they drop one at a time, and that means you can fight them one at a time.
I mean, this is a decently large army from Picur, but I mean, Monk can afford, right? He can afford to pull these workers for an extended period of time. He's up 10 workers. He's got a second CC. He's got mules coming down, and Picur is only now trying to take his natural on what was 12 workers. Not exactly the most optimal way to deal with things.
Yeah, and he has his Marines in position to stop this drop Overlord from getting too close. This just isn't going to work from Picur. He's going to have to transition.
The one thing Picur does have going for him is Monk is not going to be able to take his natural for quite a while until he has a sizable force. Maybe. I guess he's going tanks. Okay. But really, even tank drops punishes this, and I suspect as he's not building a tank right now, we may see instead of going tank drops, this may be some Banshee play.
Yeah,
which would be a very good way to punish what Picur's doing, because Picur doesn't really have an option to play a macro game from this. Right? He didn't do any damage, so Monk has got to be expecting some sort of follow-up all-in. And Banshees are very good at dealing with a majority of the Zerg follow-up all-ins. I mean, Reaper survives. That is they deal with Ravagers, they deal with Roaches, not as much with Lings, but you're continuously producing Marines. However, it is the tank. And I was wrong. It's just Tankovacs. That is
I think
cute,
a lot of Terrans are more comfortable just like using the Tankovacs for harass, just because they have better longevity in the game than Banshees do.
Yeah. What is it? Well, I mean, for a while, for like the first 2 months of Heart of the Swarm, of Legacy of the Void, the Terran thing was that you'd open up like almost Hellion Banshee, or just any form of Banshee, as Roach Ravager all-ins, which is so prevalent, and they really dealt with it well. And Monk is doing an excellent job of clearing up this natural, and really, unlike most maps, it is vital that he takes that natural, as it is gold, and he's and the Zerg is going to be mining so much more from this than normal, even with mules. And it looks like Picker's going to be going for a Nidus behind this, as he's now third and he has a lair, and I cannot imagine he is going for a Spire behind this.
And Picker's heart just broke when he noticed that almost finished eBay at his food location.
I mean, he's like, oh, you brought me a gift. Oh, it's broken.
There's no receipt.
But it appears he's not. Picker's just content to stay on 2 bases and not Nidus, which is not something I necessarily agree with because, I mean, he's just so far behind, right? That's a dead... Okay. It's like, good luck taking that base. And even the Roaches are not going to be able to contest this. I mean, they're 2 siege tanks. They're walking up a ramp. It's not really the easiest thing for Roaches to deal with, as Roaches are armored and tanks do bonus damage to armored. So it's going to be interesting to see how Picker wants to deal with this, as he's in a really rough spot.
Yeah, especially going up against such a late game monster like Monk. This is never a good feeling to, be going into a battered late game against someone who's so good at late game. You must be feeling uneasy about this, especially since this could possibly be the last game.
Exactly, and Monk did make a slight mistake there. He was targeting the hatch down instead of the workers, which you kind of worker kills are more important than a little bit of damage on the hatch, but still, Monk is, I mean, he's behind an army supply, but not. Well, he's behind double army supply, but he's got the better tech, and his stim is about halfway done. Stim is going to be very important to hold this, much like the kind of the 1/1 roach timings of Heart of the Swarm. Stim is really the thing that Stim and Medivacs are what prevents the attacks from working, and he has half of that. He has Medivacs. So I don't know how much this is actually going to get done. Picker may be telling himself it's light pressure, but this is very all in with the lack of a third behind it. And these tanks are in a very good position to hold this ramp.
Yeah.
Oh, what a save. And now Picker's backing up, and I mean, sure, he's got +1 attack. And sure, he's trying to take a third now, but this is the time he wants to be taking a fourth, to be taking a fifth even if he's, playing very greedy. And, I mean, I guess he's going to try to double expand, get rid of that eBay. But really, I don't see this working out for him. I would love it to. That would be an insane comeback. But he's not even that far ahead in army supply, and that's an army of roaches, an army of ravagers. They're each 2 supply. They're for 100 resources total. That's not exactly the most... That's not exactly the most expensive thing per supply. I guess Picker, he thinks, well, look, if I get some really good infestor shots, maybe I'll be able to come back here. He's going to get his +2 attack, and I got to assume this. Oh, he's going for 2 base hive. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see how this works. And Monk has a drop coming down. He's not going to get a lot done. The army's all there. And we're going to see Monk take a third soon. Like the one thing Picker is going for him is Monk's not on 3 to 4 bases, as he very well could be. That pressure did get a little bit of work done. But again, Monk's up in army supply. He's up in upgrades. He's going to have combat shields shortly. He's up in army complexity. I don't see this going very well for Picker.
No, I mean, in a couple minutes here, I think Monk could just march across the map and kill Picker.
Monk could march across the map right now and kill Picker. The question is whether he wants to, as he subscribes to the wise words of Artie McTosis. Oh no, I believe it was day 9. Went ahead, get more ahead.
Yeah.
Was it Artosis or was that day 9?
I think that was Artosis. I mean, anyway. Monk has 45 Marines and 5 tanks and 10 medevacs to Picker's 12 roaches, 8 ravagers. I mean, that's a significant advantage for Monk.
And then we have the fact that we have 3 drones from Picker paying homage to his oh no, he fixed it, never mind. Anyways, this is just 4 tanks. And that by itself can win this game. That's kind of how bad of a situation this is. I mean, sure, yeah, it's a little bit of hyperbole, but this space is going to go down. No recourse for Monk, but to just kind of give it up, or for Picker, but just give it up. and that is a really bad spot to be in. And okay, so these tanks may go down. Oh, he's gonna save one. There we go. And he just
Yeah.
traded out how many Ravagers for that? Like,
Yeah, I think
this
just
is
the
not
Marines
good.
could probably win this from here, as long as he micros correctly.
And the
He
spawn
used
pool's gonna go
harassment
down.
too.
There we go.
With reinforcements rallying across, picur is just, he doesn't have the units to fight.